Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Um, Good morning, everyone. My name is Mario Viegas. I am an international advisor here at the International Student Services Office at UT Dallas.
And my name is Samaya Williams, and I'm also one of the advisors. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's webinar is going to be how to apply for your F-1 visa. This should take about 25-30 minutes. So you will be able to send questions, and at the end, if we have any time, we'll take that time to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. So about this webinar, if you have any issues with connectivity, go ahead and exit the room and restart Blackboard Collaborate. You can view recordings of this and past webinars. If you go to utdallas.edu/ic/webinars, you'll see some of the previous ones we've done, and eventually we're going to add this one to it too. You can see and hear us, but we cannot see or hear you. Only the chat feature is going to be the one that's working. So this morning we're going to go ahead and cover, we're going to have a presentation about how to apply for your F-1 visa. After that, as Samaya said, we're going to have questions and answers. And we'll go ahead and start answering the chat at that time too. And then we'll have a couple closing things, and that should be it.
Great. So starting off, the first thing you should know is once you've received your UT Dallas I-20, you will then use your SEVIS ID to pay the I-901 Student and Exchange Visitor Information System, or SEVIS, fee by visiting the link there in the presentation. Your SEVIS number is a 10-digit number preceded by the letter N, and you can find that in the upper left-hand corner of your I-20. You may also be able to view your SEVIS number on your iComment portal once an I-20 has been generated for you. You can visit the I-901 SEVIS fee frequently asked questions at the link in the webinar. And if you have any trouble paying the fee, you will need to contact them directly to see if they can help you out.
Okay, so you may apply for an F-1 student visa up to 120 days before the program start date on your I-20. So for example, the fall semester is going to start on August 17th of this year, 2020. So about 4 months before that, I would say probably after April 17th, is when you can go ahead and apply for your F-1 visa. To do that, first you need to complete the online non-immigrant visa application form, DS-160. You're going to upload your photo while completing the online form DS-160. The photo must be in the format explained in the photograph requirements on travel.state.gov. Go ahead and visit that link. Should be like a standard passport photo, but definitely check out the details there too to make sure. On the DS-160, be sure to answer all the questions accurately and completely. Otherwise, you may have to correct your application, and it might cause you to have to reschedule your visa interview. So print and keep the DS-160 barcode page that you get once you've done that.
To schedule your F-1 visa interview, an interview will be required to determine whether or not you're qualified to receive an F-1 student visa. You will need to schedule an appointment for your visa interview at the closest U.S. embassy or consulate in the country where you live. To find the location of the closest consulate or embassy, you can also visit the link in the webinar, and then you will be required to pay the visa application processing fee. And you will need to review country-specific instructions on the embassy or consulate website for that information. Wait times for interview appointments vary by location, season, and visa category, so you should apply for your visa early to avoid any delays.
Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is gather all the documentation that you should be expected to take to the embassy. We're going to start with the passport. It should be valid for at least 6 months beyond your period of stay in the United States. The Form DS-160 confirmation page. Also, the application fee payment receipt. That would be after you've submitted your DS-160. After that, you'll need our UT Dallas initial attendance I-20 with a future program start date for a future session, like fall or maybe the upcoming spring. Proof of admission to UT Dallas, that's your admission letter that you got from UTD. Proof of financial support for one academic year, those are like bank statements. Probably maybe the ones that you gave us in order to get your I-20. In addition to that, you'll also need the I-901 SEVIS fee receipt showing that you've paid that, you're all squared away with that. And we recommend documents that are going to prove your intent to return to your home country after you've completed F-1 status. The F-1 status is a non-immigrant visa, meaning your intention is to return home once you've completed your degree at UTD. And so it would be good to have any documents showing that kind of information, any documents that would indicate something like that.
During your visa interview, a consular officer will interview you to determine whether you are qualified to receive a student visa. During that interview, ink-free digital fingerprint scans are taken as part of the application process. Your interview may be brief, and the visa officer may not look at your documents. The visa office may ask you personal questions as well.
Okay, so for the results, your F-1 visa may be approved, and it's also possible that your F-1 visa may be denied. One of the most common reasons that we see is 214B. That would be the presumption of immigrant intent. That's the one where they want you to show that you have intention to return to your own country. You may be able to reapply for your F-1 visa if you can show further convincing evidence of ties outside the United States, or maybe there is a change in circumstances. For example, if you get a job in your home country or if you buy a home, basically you're going to want to show that you have a strong ties to your home country and that maybe you have job prospects, maybe you have land, or all of your families at home, maybe something specific like the types of jobs that will be available to you once you get your degree completed from UTD, things like that. Your visa application may require administrative processing. That's common. When administrative processing is required, the consular officer will inform you at the end of the interview. The duration of the administrative processing will vary based on the individual circumstances of each case.
It's important to remember that an F-1 visa does not guarantee entry into the United States. A visa only allows you to travel to the U.S. port of entry, generally being an airport, and request permission to enter the United States. The Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, officials at the port of entry have authority to permit or deny admission to the United States. So think of your visa as a request and not a guarantee. For more information on what to expect at a U.S. port of entry, you're welcome to attend our webinar on Wednesday, February 26th, which will also be at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can also view times and dates for other future webinars at our website in the link in the presentation.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up. We can answer your questions here for those who have attended. For anyone else who might be viewing this after the presentation has been given, feel free to send us an email at issoperspective@utdallas.edu. The immigration advisors there can answer any questions you might have pertaining to the I-20, what documents to get to us, or for any visa-related questions. We can answer general immigration questions, things like that. If your questions are going to pertain to international student orientation or airport pickup, events and activities provided here on campus, go ahead and send that to the Intercultural Programs branch of our office, IC programs at utdallas.edu. They would be the ones to assist you with those items.